Hello everybody, my name's Alex and I'm a physiotherapist from Physiofunction, and I'm going to be taking this level 1 different strokes exercise class today. And so as always, we want you to have a challenging and an enjoyable class, but it's really important that for your safety you exercise to the correct level. So level 1 exercise classes are designed for people who have no movement in their affected arm or leg. It's a seated class, so there will be absolutely no standing exercises in this class. It's suitable to do in a supportive chair or a wheelchair. It's a requirement for this class also that you have a family member or a carer available to assist you with exercises as needed. Okay, so today's class, we're going to do a whole body focus. Okay, so the last few weeks we've done classes focusing on different things. Today we're going to do a full body. So we're going to start with a warm-up, and then we're going to go into a main circuit, which is going to consist of exercises for upper body, core, lower body, and some cardiovascular work as well before going into a cool down. Okay, so make sure you've got a drink nearby if you need it, okay? So feel free to pause and take a drink anytime you need in the class. If you need to rest at all, then again, just pause whatever needed. You could either pause me on the video, or you can just take some time out and join back in when you feel ready. Okay, and as always, do exercises within your own limits. Okay, so if I'm going a bit quick for you, you can slow it down. If I'm going a bit slow for you, you can speed it up. With the movements as well, I want you to work within your pain limits, okay? And don't ever do anything that causes you any pain. And then just, adapt it to suit your needs. I'll try and provide various options for you as well. All right, so we're going to get started with a warm-up. So firstly, I want you to sit nice and tall in your chair. If you can, coming away from the back of your chair. Okay, we're going to start with some neck rotation. So we're going to turn to look over your right shoulder and back to the middle and then to the left. And back to the middle. Lovely. Turn to look over your right shoulder, back to the middle and then to the left. Back to the middle. Lovely. To the right, back to the middle and then to the left. Lovely. Okay, this time we're going to look up to the ceiling and then back down to the floor, chin to chest. Looking up to the ceiling. Again, take this at your own pace. And back down to the floor, chin to chest. One more, looking up to the ceiling. Back down to the floor, chin to chest. Fantastic, okay? So we're going to do some shoulder rolls backwards. So with these, I want you to think about shrugging your shoulders up to your ears, rocking them down and back. Again, shrugging up to your ears, down and back. Good. Up to your ears, rolling down and back. Good. Up to your ears, down and back. Good. You could clasp your hands and try and get your elbows involved a bit. Down and back, make it a bit of an arm movement. Up to your ears, down and back. One more this way. Up to your ears, down and back. Lovely. We're going to go forward now. So think about rolling those shoulders forward and down. Think coming back, forward and down. Good. Back, forward and down. Lovely. Okay, let's do two more. Back, forward and down. Good. Last one. Back, forward and down. Okay, this time we're going to bring your hands to one knee. So I'm going to start with my left knee, and I'm going to try and turn my body to look over my left shoulder. Come back to the middle, hands onto your right knee. You're going to turn your body to look over your right shoulder. Back to the middle. So we're trying to get a bit of rotation happening at our waist. So let's move hands over to the left knee, turn to look over the left shoulder, back to the middle, Hand on the right knee, turn to look over your right shoulder. Back to the middle, lovely. One more each way. You might find that one side is a bit stiffer than the other. That's completely normal. Okay, you just might find you get a little bit further one way than the other way, but it's really nice, especially if you're sitting down all day, to get a bit of rotation and a bit of movement in your body. So it's a nice one every now and again in the day to have a good sit up and a bit of a move, a bit of a stretch in your body. Okay, right, so the next one we're going to do is heel toes. So with your feet on the floor, okay, we're going to rise up on our toes and down, and then we're going to lift up our toes and down. Okay, so you can't see very well there, so I'll show you from the side. Okay, lifting up and then trying to lift our toes up. Okay, so you're lifting as high as you can. Okay, and then down, lifting up your toes. So if you don't get much movement on your affected leg, that's fine. Just think about imagining the movement and do as much as you can. Even if you get flickers, that is fine. That is great. Okay, we're just thinking about that movement, trying to do as much as we can. Good. Okay, we're going to do one more. And up. Fantastic. Okay, guys, so the next one we're going to do is a forward reach. So hold your hands together in front, okay? So you can either clasp your fingers or hold your arm, or you could support your affected arm with your unaffected side. We're going to think about reaching our arms forward and then coming back in, okay? You might find if you've got a bit of tightness that you can't fully straighten your arm initially. That is fine, okay? Just move within the range that's available to you. And then you might find as we keep going that you get a little bit more movement each time. Lovely, okay? Again, if you can't get your arms all the way out in front here, again, just think about reaching them as far forward as you can. It might be a bit lower down here, okay? Again, just find and work with what works for you. Lovely. Okay, we're going to do 3 more here. So nice big reach forward, stretch the arm, try and think about straightening those elbows and back. And again, if you struggle with this arm and with your affected arm, you could have your carer or family member or whoever's assisting you support underneath your elbow to try and help you bring that arm forward and back. Good. Let's do one more. Forward and back. Lovely. Okay. The next one we're going to do is some knee bend. So we'll start with your unaffected side first. Sitting nice and tall again, you're going to try and straighten out your knee, toes pointing to the ceiling, and then you're going to try and bend that knee back as far as you can. Good. Straightening out that knee, sitting as tall as you can, and bending that knee back. Lovely. Okay. And straightening out that knee, squeezing that thigh muscle, pulling those toes up and bending back as far as you can. Good, we're going to do 2 more here. Straightening out that knee, lifting up those toes and bending back as far as you can. Lovely, 1 more here. Straightening out those knees, pull up those toes and bend back as far as you can. Okay, so with your affected side, if you have no movement at all, okay, sit yourself back, use your unaffected leg to support underneath your affected leg, and we're going to try and lift that leg up, straightening it out, okay, and bringing it back down. Okay, we're going to do that one first. If you've got some movement or some activity, try and really think about squeezing that thigh as much as you can, or alternatively, if you've got a family member or carer that can help you with this movement, they can do so as well. Just take care with your back and your posture if you are supporting somebody's leg. All right, so we're going to straighten it out, toes up and down. Good. Straighten that leg, big squeeze and back. Okay, so thinking again about keeping our posture as much as you can. Straighten it out and down. Good, we're going to do 2 more here. Straighten out and down. Lovely. Last one. Straighten your leg. And down. Okay. We're just going to do a bit of a knee bend now. So if you have a plastic bag that you can pop underneath this foot, it makes the movement a bit easier to help with the sliding. Okay, or if you've got socks on a carpet, that can also make it a bit easier. You're going to use your unaffected side again to help slide and bend that knee back as far as you can underneath your chair. Okay, and then try and bring it back forward again. Again, if you've got somebody that can help you with this knee bend movement, then they can help help you, assist you with the move. Okay, again, you're going to bend that leg back as far as you can. Hold it there, and then you're going to try and bring that leg forward. Good. We're going to do 2 more here. We're going to bend that knee back as far as we can. Lovely. And then we're going to bring that leg back forward. Really good. 1 more. Bend that knee back as far as you can. And then bring that leg back forward. Wonderful. Good. Okay, the last exercise we're going to do is called static glutes. So basically, bottom squeezers. So what you're going to do is sitting nice and tall in your chair again, thinking about good posture. You're going to try and squeeze your bottom muscles, hold and clench them as hard as you can, and then relax. Okay? So we're going to hold for 5 seconds each time. So you're going to squeeze your bottom muscles, hold for 3, 2, 1, and relax. Lovely. And again, squeeze those bottom muscles. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. Good. And again, squeeze those bottom muscles. Lovely. 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. Good. And again, squeeze. 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. Going to do 2 more. Big squeeze, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. Good. Last one. Big squeeze, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. Okay, that's a really nice exercise that you could do frequently throughout the day. Just get a bit of blood flowing, especially if we're sitting all day on our bottom muscles. Sometimes they can get a bit switched off. So it's a nice way to wake them back up again. Okay, right, so we're going to go into our main circuit now. Okay, so the first exercise we're going to do is an upper body exercise. Okay, so we're going to do a press and row. We're going to go for 90 seconds. Okay, so this movement, if you hold your hands together in front, so you can clasp them or you can support your affected wrist, we're going to reach forward. And then we're going to pull back, squeezing our shoulder blades, okay? So you're reaching your arms forward as far as you can. If your family member or carer can assist you by supporting your affected side, if that's needed, then they can do so, okay? And then you're going to row back, squeezing your shoulder blades back together, okay? So we're going to go for 90 seconds. Off we go. So reach your arms forward as far as you can. And then we're going to pull back and we're going to squeeze those shoulder blades back together. Think back and down, collarbones wide. We're going to reach forward, okay? If you can't reach up here, reach down here, okay? Moving wherever you can. And then you're going to pull those elbows back and squeeze those shoulder blades back together. Think collarbones wide. And again, we're going to reach forward and squeeze back, collarbones wide, shoulder blades back together. Reach forward and then pull back, squeeze shoulder blades back together, collarbones wide, head high. Good posture. Lovely. And again, we're going to reach forward and pull back, shoulder blades squeezing back together. Good. And again, reach forward and then squeeze back, shoulder blades back together, sit nice and tall. Reach forward, pull elbows back, shoulder blades back together, nice and tall. Okay, last one. Reach forward with your arms, good. And then pull elbows back, collarbones wide, shoulder blades squeezing back together, and then relax. Fantastic. Okay, so we're going to go into our first cardio exercise. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a minute of marching. So I want you to try and sit nice and tall in your chair, back away if you can, or if you can't get your back away, just sit and think about growing away from the back of the chair or reducing the pressure that your back's putting through the chair, just sitting as tall as you can. And we're going to march. So you can either just move your legs, or if you can, you can move your arms, hands can be clasped or shoulders twisted. Okay, so we're going to go for a minute. I'm just going to set my stopwatch off. Okay, so 1 minute, off we go, marching those feet. Think about going as quick as you can here, okay? It's quick movements rather than big movements because we're just going to try and get your heart rate up a bit. Okay, so really moving those feet as quick as you can. Getting those arms moving. Again, you could hold your arms together. Or if you find that a bit challenging, hold onto the arms of your chair and just concentrate on getting your legs moving. So picking an option that works for you helps get that heart rate up. Okay, we've got 20 seconds to go. Keep moving those legs. That's it, really nice. Keep it going, you're almost there. Lovely. Keep it moving. Lovely. Stop there. Okay, grab yourself a drink if you need one, okay, and I will explain the next exercise. So, the next exercise is a core stability balance exercise. So we want you to come away from the back of your chair again if you can, or you're reducing the pressure you're putting through the back of your chair, sitting nice and tall. We're going to start by leaning forward as far as you can, maintaining your balance, and then coming back, okay? And then we're going to go side to side, okay? So that's what we're going to do first. Forward and back, side to side. So we're going to do that for the first sort of minute or so, and then we're going to come into, if you can, circles, okay? So around the world. Lovely. Okay. So when you're ready, what we're going to do, we're going to do first minute of coming forward and backward, side to side. Okay, off we go. So think sitting tall, coming forward as far as you can keep your balance, and then coming backward as far as you can keep your balance. But try to only lightly touch the chair, don't collapse back into it. Lovely. And then side to side. Again, we're trying to maintain control here, okay? So try not to collapse into any sections of your chair. So forward, keeping your balance, and backward, keeping your balance. So have your carer or family member or whoever's assisting you to keep to supervise you and provide you with assistance as needed, especially when that leaning forward, just to maintain your safety. Okay, lovely. So we're going to come forward and backward and side to side. Fantastic. Now what we're going to do, we're going to try and come in a circle. So think forward to side, back and around. Fab. Forward to the side, back and around. If that's easy, try and take your hands out of the equation. Forward, side, back and around. We're going to change directions now. So you know, back to the other side, backwards, around to the front. Really nice. Forwards, side, back and around. Good. Forward, side, back and around. One more. Forward, side, back and around. Well done. Okay, really good work. Again, a nice one to really work on that control of your tummy muscles, control of your body and your sitting balance. Okay, so we're going to come into another cardio 60 seconds. So we're going to do punching. So hands together, we're thinking about forward and backward punching, okay, as quick as you can. So again, we're not thinking about how big the movements are, thinking about speeding them up to try and get that heart rate up a bit, okay? Work within a range that's good for you, okay? So we're going to go for a minute, okay, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and off we go, forward and backward. That's it, get those arms punching. Try and think about sitting nice and tall in your wheelchair or your chair and just getting those arms moving. Really nice. Sorry about the squeakiness of my chair. I can say that every week. Squeaky chair needs a bit of WD-40, I think. Really nice. Keep those arms moving. Really good, everybody. Keep it going. Keep those arms moving. Last little push. Keep them going. Got 20 seconds. Really good. Forward and backward. Make sure you're breathing. Keep those arms going. Lovely. Almost there. Final push. And rest. Lovely. Okay, grab yourself a drink if you need one. Okay, the next exercise we're going to do is a hurdle. So it's for our legs. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate it first and then we're going to go on to our 90 seconds. So we're thinking about lifting our leg up and over. Imagine you've got an imaginary hurdle. If you wanted to, you could always get a bottle or something to pop on the floor. So for example, I could use my coffee pot, okay? And you could have that as a target. Ooh, I'll bring it back in so you can see better. Okay, and think about lifting your foot over the target. So you could use something if you wanted to. Otherwise, you could have an imaginary line. Okay, so it's what works for you, all right, or whatever you have available. We're going to go on 45 seconds on one leg, 45 seconds on the other leg. Now, you might find that you could use the hurdle for your unaffected side, but your affected side might be a bit trickier. So for your affected side, if you have a bit of movement, I want you to just try and think as doing as much as you can, think about lifting that leg up and over, okay? If you have very minimal or no movement, you can think about just trying to lift that leg up and down using your stronger arm. You can also get a carer or assistant to help you with this movement, okay? But again, whoever is assisting you, just to be cautious of their back, making sure they keep a nice straight back, okay? So we'll use the coffee pot. I'll use my zero coffee pot to start with, okay? I'm just going to set my stopwatch. So we're going to aim for about 45 seconds each side, okay? Off we go. So we're going to lift up and over our hurdle, up and back. Now try your best to stay as tall as you can. To make this more of a core challenge, you could not hold on, okay? You could have your arms up here and try to stay away from the back of your chair. If that's a bit tricky, hold the arms of your chair, or the sides of your chair if you're like me and don't have arms, to help you with this and trying to stay away from the back of your chair. So just try and keep that tall posture, okay? We're thinking about coming up and over that hurdle. So really use your tummy muscles, use those hip muscles, up and over, up and back. Good, really nice. Up and over, up and back. Lovely. Up and over, up and back. Fantastic. So we're going to stop and we're going to go on to the other leg now. So you can either use your hurdle, your imaginary hurdle on the other side, okay? Or, like I said, if you struggle with your movement, you can just think about doing small side steps out to the side. Or if that's a bit tricky, small lifts or assisted lifts, okay? So off we go, okay? So if we're doing assisted lifts, we're coming up and down. Again, we're trying our best to think about sitting nice and tall, okay? If you're doing the side steps, you could side step out and back in, okay? Trying your best to use the muscles in your leg if you have that available to you. Or again, if you don't have much movement, just think about the movement. Imagine the movement and the muscles you're trying to get to work. So we're trying to think about working the muscles in our hip. So thinking about lifting that knee up and in and lifting that knee up and out. Okay, fabulous. We're going to do one more on this side. So lifting up and out. Think about hip muscles. Think about floating that knee up to the chest and back in. Lovely. Okay, so the next one we're going to do, again, we're going to do a final 60 seconds of marching. So final cardiovascular exercise. So again, I want you to sit forward in your chair if you can, nice and tall. Again, if you can do, you're trying to sit without using your arms or getting your arms working with the marching. Or if you need to, sitting tall, holding the arms of your chair or side of your chair and moving your feet as quick as you can. So we're going to go for 1 minute. All right, so I'm going to set the stopwatch. We're going to go in 3, 2, 1, and off we go. Marching on the spot. Get those feet moving as quick as you can. Lovely. Really think about speeding up. Speedy feet, quick feet. Well done. Final push, this is the last little bit. And we've got a cool down with some stretches so you can have a good old chill. That's it, keep it going. Okay. Keep those legs moving, keep those arms moving if you're using those two. Nice and tall. 15 seconds. Come on, really, last push. That's it. Quick feet. That's it, keep breathing, keep going. Last bit. Well done. And stop there. Well done. Okay. Grab yourself a drink if you need one. Okay, and we're going to come into a cool down now with some stretches. So what I want you to do firstly is to sit nice and tall in your chair again, okay? Hold your hands together in front, okay? And you're thinking about rounding those shoulders. Really think about those shoulder blades moving around your back. So shoulders nice and wide at the back. Drop your head chin to chest and take a nice big breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Good. We're going to do 2 more big breaths. Big breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Good. One more. Really fill up those lungs and out. Good. Okay. Hands now either around by your hips if you can get the base of your back, or if you could get one hand on the base of your back, okay? We're going to think about widening those collarbones, head nice and high, growing tall, thinking about stretching across the front of your chest here. And you're going to take a big breath in again through your nose, really filling up those lungs. And out through the mouth. Good. 2 more big breaths in. And out through the mouth. Good. 1 more big breath in. And out. Lovely. It's really nice to take some time throughout the day to make sure that we're breathing fully, especially when we're sat down a lot of the time. We can sometimes tend to come into some sort of rounded postures and we don't allow our ribs and our lungs to fully expand and breathe fully. So it's always really nice every now and again to do some really nice big breaths just to make sure you're getting the air all the way to the bottom of those lungs. Okay, so this time we're going to do a stretch for your hamstring, so the muscles at the back of your thigh. I'm going to get you to pop one leg out in front of you straight. So I'm going to turn side on just to demonstrate, okay? You're going to put one leg straight, okay, the other knee bent. We're going to put one hand on top of the bent knee, okay, or hands on top of the bent knee, and you're just going to sit forward as far as you can while maintaining a flat back and chest up until you feel a stretch down the back of that front leg. We're going to hold there Again, you could take some nice big breaths in and out here, okay? Use this stretching as an opportunity to breathe fully. And really relax into that stretch. This is a great one as well if you get quite tight in the back of these thigh muscles, okay, which a lot of us do, okay. All right, we're going to change legs, okay, straightening out the other knee, hands on top of the bent knee, chest tall, and you're going to sit forward, okay. Feel that stretch down the back of that thigh muscle there. And again, take nice big breaths in here. Now, the important thing here is you're sitting nice and tall, you're not collapsing into that stretch. So really think about sitting forward and hinging from your hips. That's where you get the stretch down the back of that thigh muscle rather than your back. Lovely. And you're going to come back in. Okay, so we're going to do one more stretch each side. We're going to do it for our calf muscles here, okay? So again, I'm going to show you side on, but please stay sitting forward in your chair, all right? You're going to slide one foot back as far as you can, so you might need to wiggle your bottom forward on the chair. If your heel's a bit lifted, that's okay. You're going to try and sit forward, leaning into that foot so you can get your heel towards the ground. You should feel a stretch in your calf muscle down here, okay? And we're going to hold that there. Again, keep trying to sit nice and tall. And take some nice slow breaths. Again, these are nice stretches that you could do the whole morning and evening in your chair. Aiming to hold for about 30 seconds if you can. And relax, at least 30 seconds, okay? And then you're going to bring the other leg back. Doesn't matter if the heel's up, we're going to try and lean down through that knee, get that heel to the floor. You might find one side's a bit tighter than the other as well. That's okay, just move with what you can. As long as you can feel the stretch, even if your heel doesn't reach the floor, that's fine. We're just trying to find a stretch in the back of that calf muscle there, near your ankle. Lovely, and relax there. Okay, well done everybody. So thank you very much for joining me in this level 1 different strokes exercise class. As always, if you have any feedback or comments, please leave them below. Okay, and I hope you've enjoyed today. I definitely have, and I hope you have a great rest of your week. And I look forward to seeing you all next week. Okay, take care. Bye.